Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the millionaire mindset. We're going to break down this incredible idea that your inner world, your state of mind, literally creates your wealth on the outside. So let's just start with this big question. What if your mind is actually a magnet for money? What if attracting wealth is less about working harder and more about the invisible signal you're sending out? According to the material we're looking at, this one shift changes absolutely everything. I love this quote because it just draws such a clear line in the sand. On one side, you have people who are waiting for things to happen to them. And on the other, you have people who know deep down that they are the source, the starting point for everything that happens for them. And that brings us to these two really fundamental mindsets that we can operate from. And here's the thing, we're choosing between one of these two every single moment of every single day. Just look at the contrast here. The victim mindset is totally passive, right? It's always being acted on by the world, always reacting to what's happening outside. But the millionaire mindset, it's active. It knows it's the source. It doesn't sit around waiting for an opportunity. It goes out and creates it. It's the one that initiates, and its entire focus is on creation. Okay, so if you are the source, how do you actually create wealth? Well, the answer isn't in some complicated spreadsheet or a business plan. It's all about the energy, the frequency that you're putting out there. Think about it like this. Your mind is a powerful broadcast tower. And right now, whether you realize it or not, it's sending out a signal, a wave, into the universe. So the real question isn't if you're broadcasting, it's what are you broadcasting? And this is where it gets really interesting. When you're frantically chasing money, you're actually broadcasting a frequency of lack. That feeling is powered by fear, by rushing, by this sense of not enough. And ironically, that frequency just pushes wealth further away. The opposite of that, it's a frequency of abundance. And that comes from a feeling of stability, of stillness, of knowing your own worth. That's the signal that attracts. And get this, the source makes a pretty bold claim here. A whopping 93% of our communication isn't our words, it's our nonverbal energy. So it doesn't matter if you say, I want to be rich over and over, the universe isn't really listening to your words. It's responding to the feeling, the vibration, the 93% that you actually are in that moment. So what does this all mean for you practically? Well, when you understand this whole frequency thing, it totally flips the script. It shifts you from a position of weakness to one of incredible internal power. Just think about it. When you ask or beg or plead for something, what signal are you actually sending? The very act of asking is broadcasting, I don't have this. It's a powerful confirmation of lack. So the big pivot, the huge shift, is to just stop asking. Instead of all this external pleading, the source tells us to move to a place of internal commanding. You don't need to ask for something that is already yours to create. And this commander's mindset, what does that even feel like? Well, it's this deep internal certainty. There's no need to beg for things. There's no rushing, no pleading. You just operate from this quiet, solid internal power because you trust that you're the source of the whole process. Okay, so this all leads to a really practical technique. How do you actually apply this powerful mindset to your goals, to your life? Well, it all starts before you even think about the how. The whole key is in this really simple but profound idea. Set your mind before you plan. Most of us do the exact opposite. We jump into planning from a place of fear or desperation, and then we wonder why our plans just don't work out. You have to get your internal state right first. So what does this look like day to day? It's a simple 3-step process. First, you just find some stillness. Meditate, quiet your mind, whatever works, even for 5 minutes. Second, you consciously set your inner frequency. You make the decision to feel abundant, to feel stable, to feel worthy, right here and now. And only then, from that powerful state, do you start to create your plan. A plan that's born from abundance is going to carry the energy of abundance with it. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most profound principle of this whole thing. It all comes down to understanding that wealth is an internal state of being. It is not a number in your bank account. This is so critical. Your feeling of wealth cannot be conditional. You can't say, I'll feel wealthy when. No. You have to cultivate the feeling of wealth first, no matter what your circumstances look like, because that feeling is the frequency that pulls in the physical evidence. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that shift. Don't wait for the evidence, for the money, to feel rich. You have to feel rich to create the evidence. Wealth is an internal state that has to come before the external state of having. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one question to really think about. Just take a moment, be honest with yourself. Right now, in this very moment, what's the main signal, the dominant frequency that your mind is sending out into the world? Is it lack or is it abundance? Because the answer to that question, well, it changes everything.